All right, guys, so there's two topics that I do want to go over. I figure now is the time since one of these topics does relate to map knowledge to some extent, and I'll explain why. So these two topics are turbo bug and drift bug. So turbo bug I can't replicate. It's just a bug that happens randomly. I haven't had it in many months, but many months ago when I did have it, it was very noticeable. Basically what turbo bug is when you look at that meter on the bottom left for turbo and it builds on its own gradually, normally drifting helps build that meter. So when I drift, it helps build that meter a little faster. Well, when you have turbo bug, you're not getting any meter build by drifts. You only get the passive benefit where it slowly builds your turbo, but drifting will not help apply to building that meter faster. So that is turbo bug. So a lot of times what happens is the time when I notice that I have it, I'll be usually like, hey, why am I short a turbo? Why is my turbo meter lower than normal? Well, that's usually why, and that's usually how I figure out that I have turbo bug, because I'm not really paying attention to it. I'm so set in my ways, in my routes, that I usually know how many turbos I'm going to use, and if I'm short, like really short, that's when I know that there's something off. So if you ever get something like that where it seems like you're short with a turbo, where it's kind of obvious, there's two ways to fix it. Well, it's the same result. You basically have to die. So you either just have to jump off to the side somewhere and just die, or vehicle reset, which is usually the best way. When I figure out that I have turbo bug in the moment, I usually just wait. I don't just kill myself right away. Like, I don't want to be in the middle of using a turbo when I want to fix it. 9 out of 10 times killing yourself or using vehicle reset will fix it. I usually wait till I finish like my lap. If I'm in the lead, I just wait till I finish my first lap and then I die, and then I continue on, and that usually fixes it, where it starts registering, where the bug is gone, it starts registering my drifts to build my meter. If I'm in like last place or further behind or whatever, I usually just kill myself right away, because there's no point trying to keep up while you're short with turbo. Now, drift bug, that is something that I can replicate, and it's something currently in game. So there were two versions of it. The first version that I saw when this game first came out was a lot more buggy than it is today. It's whenever you would release a drift and you get your boost, it would just immediately just drop your speed back down to default speed. So you were basically getting only a short moment of speed boost, and then it would just disappear. So I would just left, I'd release my drift, get a boost, and then it would immediately just drop down. That's mainly what the original drift bug would do when it was a lot more common in the older days, where it was a really bad drift bug. Drift bug currently today, it's there, and I don't know if it was intended or not, but what happens is when you drift, and when you're doing a drift, and then you release your drift to get that speed boost, and then you follow into another drift, and then you release your drift again, sometimes what happens is your second drift, when you release it, it'll merge into the previous drift timer, meaning that you'll release it and then it's like you got no speed boost, like you didn't get any benefit from it. Okay, so that's mainly what turbo bug is. Now, the reason why I relate drift bug into map knowledge is because it is extremely common to happen on very specific spots on maps. Okay, so this map has one where it's right before that hard long left drift where you're kind of going around like a roundabout, and there's another map that has the issue as well. So I'm going to demonstrate it with it happening, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to counter it. Okay,